Hello everyone, and if you are watching this, then you are probably watching my iron farm tutorial. This part of the video will require that you link all your villagers to each pod separately. If you don't link the villager to its designated workstation properly, then your iron golems aren't going to spawn at all. At this stage of the tutorial, you will probably have no villagers inside of your pods. To get your first villager into its pod, all you have to do is make room for the villager to go into its pod and place a workstation just like this. You then want to get your villager inside of the room, and the villager will automatically link to the workstation that was placed. It may take a second for some people, just like you see in this video. Once the villager goes near its workstation, all you have to do is break the top block and push the villager inside of the container. Then place the block above the villager, and the villager will then be inside its pod. This villager is now linked to this lectern. For our second villager, we are going to use a composter. Keep in mind, you can use any workstation for all 20 of the villagers. If you use a composter or a lectern, you are going to get different trades. So it's important you understand what workstation you would like to use, and if you don't know which workstation to use, you can always go on the Minecraft wiki and look it up. For the second villager, I'll do the same thing by placing my workstation, getting my villager inside of the room, and then doing the same thing as we did before, breaking the top blocks and pushing the villager inside. Sometimes the villager won't go directly on top of the block, and in that case, you will have to improvise. If the villager does not want to go inside of the container, break the workstation and replace it just like this. If the villager still won't go on top of the workstation, you can break the workstation, hit the villager, get the villager to run around, and then place the workstation again. You will want to repeat this process for all 20 villagers, but be careful not to cross-link your villagers to an opposite workstation. If you're confused by what I mean, let me show you an example. Let's say we have 1, 2, 3, and 4 villagers inside of their pods, and I simply place a composter right here. As you can see, the villager to the right of that villager linked to that workstation. This is called villager cross-linking, and when this happens, the villagers are unable to access their workstations. This means that the iron golems are not going to spawn, and we're only going to get cats, and that's a problem. Fixing this can be a little bit annoying, but all you have to do is break the workstation and then place it where the villager goes. Just like this, and as you can see, the villager is now linked to that workstation. Sometimes they won't cross-link at all, and you'll get a perfect 4 in a row. I recommend doing one villager at a time so you avoid this issue completely. But if you happen to put all your villagers in the same room at the same time, this is how you would fix it. This process is very simple, and it doesn't take too much time. In survival mode, getting your villagers inside of those pods, it can be a little bit of annoyance, but it's not a deal breaker. I will show you one more time the villagers cross-linking. In this example, this villager is linking to this workstation. All I have to do is break the workstation and place it where the villager goes. Another important thing to know is when you break the workstation, those charges appear above the villager. So if we have a villager all the way over here, and I place a composter there, I can see that the villager obviously linked to it. So if I break the composter, I can see where the charges are, which tells me that it's this villager. There's no need to use beds to understand who's the villager captain or trying to pinpoint which workstation goes where. Simply utilizing the charges and the green particles will tell you everything you need to know. Alright guys, that is all you need to know about the villager linking and setting up your villagers. Once you get all 20, please return back to the iron farm video, and I also did link that in the description of this video, and it will be on the screen right now. Good luck with your farm, and see you back on the main video.